Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy, StumpD, back from the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're talking about Gear 5 once again. I feel like Gear 5 has been on everyone's lips for like the last 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks, and with the release of Gear 5 in OPTC, there has been a lot of discussion around, is this unit the best unit in the game? Honestly, it's Gear 5 Luffy. It should be the greatest unit in the game, the greatest unit we've ever seen, to be honest. However, he is getting a 6+, and we possibly will be seeing information for said 6+ this week. Could be this week, could be next week. However, it is coming very, very soon. If you guys have been playing the game over the last week or two, we actually have 3 out of the 5 skulls that have been attained to actually get this guy into his 6+ form. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what they could do to this character to make him the pinnacle of OPTC and make him the best unit in the game. Because right now, whilst I do love this unit, I think he's very, very good, I don't think he's the standalone best unit in the entire game. But if you enjoy this kind of video, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff, and let's take a look at Gear 5 LUFFY. He is a fighter, free spirit, Psy character. Now, this has been stated that this is not going to change. The free spirit, fighter, Psy typing, it's all going to stay the same, but he will be getting an animation to his rush mechanic. Now, if you guys don't know down here, Luffy does have... He's one of the only units in the game that has Rush, which is this huge amount of text here. Now, at level 1, you can perform Rush up to 6 times and adds 0 to 1 to the chain multiplier for 1 turn and boosts the attack of this character's finish tap by 1.5 to 2.1 for 1 turn. The Rush will cost 25k HP. You can Rush 5 times, and as you can see, this is all the details here. If you get him to level 5... as long as you're on the last stage, you're in Gear 5, and he attacks last, you'll actually get a massive, massive chain buff, as well as a really big attack boost to Luffy himself. So, he can do a lot of damage. I've put out a couple of videos where he's doing like 400 billion damage, just him, which is awesome. But the downside to this unit is you have to be in Gear 5, performing the 6th tap, and on the last stage. I honestly don't think the Rush is going to change. I don't think this is going to change at all. I honestly don't even think the Rush itself will actually change. I would like them to change it a little bit. Like, I would love this to turn to the word and, so you could, or, and you could perform it anywhere in the chain. I think that would be exceptional, so that way you can stack final tap. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Rush is going to stay exactly the same, if I'm completely honest. All they're going to do with the Rush is they are going to add an animation, because his Rush ability right now doesn't actually have an animation. As for his Captain ability, he's a very powerful Captain. He, in his regular form, boosts the HP of Psy and Free Spirit characters by 1.2 times, boosts their chance of landing on Psy and Recovery Orbs, and makes Psy and Recovery matching for all characters. Makes Perfect consume Recovery Orbs, and reduces Bind and Special Reverse by 10 turns. However, when you are in the Gear 5 Captain... Oh, hang on. The way that they've worded this is very strange. That's always active. When you are in the base Captain, you can revive once from a game over, and you get an attack boost to Psy and Free Spirit characters by 5.5 times. Boosts the attack of all other characters by 4.5 times, and reduces damage by 20%. However, in Gear 5, you ignore barriers and defensive effects. That just isn't defense up. And he's a 6 times captain to Psy and Free Spirits. But you lose 10% of your HP at the end of each turn, whilst being a 5 times attack boost. Now, this ability is really, really good. As a captain, I don't really see them changing all that much, to be honest. I think they might make the 5 into 5.25, or maybe upwards of 5.5. I would love for them to add cooldown. I think this character needs cooldown so badly. Like 2 turns of cooldown for himself even, or even go crazy and do like 4 turns of cooldown when he is the captain. I think that is really the only change that I would like to see to his captain ability. As for everything else, I think the captain ability is fine. I don't really see too much else needing to change. But, like I said, cooldowns is like a must. This guy's very strong. Going through defensive effects is so powerful. And losing the HP doesn't matter all that much, because you're getting a lot of recovery orbs with his generic captain ability regardless. So, I don't think the captain ability needs that much tweaking, to be honest. I would like to see us start just in Gear 5, though. If I had to make one change, is just remove the revive mechanic altogether, and then just start as Gear 5, and just start with all of this. I think that would be super cool, but at that point, you're kind of changing the unit so drastically, you're kind of giving him a side grade. But look, let me know your thoughts and opinions of the revive in the comment section below. As for his special, I do think this needs to change quite a bit to make this character the best unit of the game. At the moment, he does 2 million true fixed damage that ignores normal attacks only and all defensive effects. He boosts the color affinity of Psi and Free Spirit characters by 3 times, and boosts the color affinity of other Psi and Free Spirit characters by 2.75 for 1 turn. He then changes all orbs, including blocking to Psi orbs, and if you are in Gear 5, he also boosts the effects of Psi Free Spirit characters by 3.25. Otherwise, he boosts Psi and Free Spirit characters by 2.75 for 1 turn. And he also reduces enemies' positive effects by 1 turn. Now, I love this line right here, but I think this needs to go to at least 2. I think if there's 2 to 3 turns, we're talking one of the best abilities in the game. And I do believe that this line right here, where it says you have to be in Gear 5, the orb effects, I would like that just to be all the time. I think that should just be fine. And if they do keep it this way, then I think these numbers need to be higher. 3.5 times orb boost is not too much to ask for in 2023, and a 3.25 color affinity I think is a must-have. It's a definite must-have. But yeah, the big change I would make is make this 2 to 3 turns, and then just make the orb boost all the time. And if they don't make the orb boost all the time, then at least buff the numbers, or hell, do both. Buff the numbers, and then go from there. The cooldowns, I do think he needs to come down a little bit in cooldowns. I would love to see him come down to 14 turns. And then his super special is something that needs reworking. I don't think that this needs changing at all. Like, whilst having 3 characters is a little bit annoying, it's really not that hard to do with the amount of Straw Hats we have in the game and the new Momonosuke. But this super special does need tweaking. The only thing it needs tweaking is that you can use it anywhere. I don't like that you can only use this super special when you are a captain. Luffy needs this to be a crewmate, and if this is the case, he becomes the best unit of the game, and it makes him a lot more viable across the board. Cooldowns is a must. Turning his EX super special from a captain only into a sailor and a captain are 2 musts that I would love to see in this particular character. Everything else, I've been pretty happy with the unit. I've been pretty critical on how this character actually is. In Rumble, he's an absolute demon as well. He has one of the best Grand Party leader skills in the entire game as well. I don't think he needs changing there. Just maybe buff the numbers a little bit like what they did with Roger. But as for the big changes I think he needs is cooldown in his captain ability, at least for himself, or giving himself more cooldown just with his 6+, and then having the ability to turn into Gear 5 as a sailor. Not being Gear 5 as a sailor is a huge downside to this character, and it means that you lose out on this orb boost no matter what as a crewmate, which kind of sucks. His super special is incredibly powerful. Turning into Gear 5 is great. If he starts as Gear 5, that would be awesome as well. But the unit is very, very good. He's very, very strong. And let me know your thoughts and opinions of the unit in the comment section below. While you're down there, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.